of something. What is so special today?
Something is special about this day because every year on 26th June we celebrate International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking.
What is it, ma'am?
To know that, we can have a look towards the messages from our KRMU family.
The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, or World Drug Day, is marked on 26 June every year to strengthen action and cooperation in achieving a world free of drug abuse. The theme for 2022 is addressing drug challenges in health and humanitarian crisis. Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, or the Drugs Free India campaign, was flagged off on 15th August 2020 by the Government of India across 272 districts of our country found to be most vulnerable based on data available from various sources. Its focal points are preventive, mass education and sensitization, capacity building of service providers, positive partnership with educational institutions, and augmentation of treatment, rehabilitation, and counseling facilities. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has begun the implementation of a National Action Plan for Drug Demand Reduction NAPDDR for 2018 to 2025. It aims at the reduction of adverse consequences of drug abuse through a multi pronged strategy involving education, de addiction, and rehabilitation of affected individuals and their families through a synergetic approach and efforts between the central government, the state governments, and the non governmental organizations. Together, we can tackle the world drug problem. Take a pledge today, say yes to life and no to drugs.
So, on the occasion of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, there are a lot of helpline numbers have been given, not only in Haryana, Delhi, or in India, elsewhere. There are a lot of remedial measures have been also suggested by the Government of India, the United Nations, and especially the best way for the drug abuse is to go with the stress-free minds, to do yoga as a discipline yourself, to read better things like studying on Gandhiji's peace issues and the obedience, how you behave yourself. When a person is in the family life, he should also see, and he should also, when he is taking drugs, he should remember that he has his family and his kids and his wife, or the whole mother, father, all of them. And looking at all those things, thinking in mind, he should see that if he takes drugs and if he is polluted by drugs in the body and also in the mind and also in the heart, in the soul, this will react and it will also harm the whole family. So it is better to avoid this and to make discipline and tell others also so that they should not take drugs.
According to the National Survey on Extent and Pattern of Substance Use in India, conducted in 2019, about 2.1% of the country's population, that is around 26 crore individuals, use drugs. Use of drugs not only cause physical damage, but it may pose challenges to different fronts in one's life. So take a pledge on this International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking to keep drugs away from you to stay healthy and contented in life. Thank you.
I am Dr. Arun, Dean, School of Medical and Allied Sciences, KRMU University. As a pharmacologist or as a pharmacist, I would like to say that the party drugs or the drugs which are abused, they causes drug dependence. They are habit-forming drugs, and if you start using them, you keep on using them, and they also causes drug tolerance means you keep on increasing the dose. So it is very bad for our body. They causes lot of side effects. And if you ever want to leave them, then they causes withdrawal symptoms. You have to take shelter in a de-addiction center. So don't ever use them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
On International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, let's all say no to drugs. As a university, we want young, motivated minds, energetic minds, and it's important that everyone says no to drugs.
I am Dr. Vineet Daya, and on the occasion of World's International Day on Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, I would like to share that around 275 million people used drugs worldwide in the last year. In India, situation is also alarming. About 12% of Indian population is under drug influence. The number of casualties due to drug abuse has more than doubled in the last decade. Drug addiction not only affects the substance abuser but also affects families. I urge each one of you to be aware and informed and don't become victim to any such addictions. Let's pledge to have Swasth, Samriddh, Unnat, Nasha Mukt Bharat. Jai Hind.
Drug is a serious issue for the young generation. So in India, we have to eradicate or take some sort of immediate step so that our country will be developed. So it is just like a sense of creativeness. It is just like sense of belongingness of Indians.
नशे से आपको पूरी तरह मुक्त होना है, तो यह आपकी लाइफ ही नहीं, पूरे आपकी फैमिली का और आपके पेरेंट्स का, आपकी जहाँ भी रहते हैं सोसाइटी में बैड इफेक्ट होता है। आपकी फैमिली बदनाम होती है, आपको नशा करने से आपके भाई बहन वही बदनाम होते हैं, पेरेंट्स बदनाम होते हैं, सोसाइटी में प्रेशर नीचा होता है, डिसिप्लिन प्रेशर ऊँचा रहने के लिए हमारा सजेशन यही है कि आप नशे से दूर रहें, अपनी लाइफ बचाएँ, अपनी फैमिली को बचाएँ।
Turn your back against drugs and face your dreams. Drugs don't help you achieve those dreams. So stay fit, stay safe, and stay healthy. Thank you.
Hey, for today's generation, drugs are like cool and fine. But what do you think? Is it cool and fine? Drugs are like knife, which kills your entire life. So please take a stand for a drug-free land.
जिस प्रकार हम यूनिवर्सिटी की रक्षा करते हैं उसी प्रकार हमें अपने देश की रक्षा करना चाहिए। ड्रग स्वास्थ्य के लिए हानिकारक है, इससे जानलेवा बीमारी हो सकती है, तो कृपा करके ड्रग्स का सेवन न करें।
Drug abuse remains to be one of the most major health issues across the world today, and the majority of its victims are young adults between their 15 to 25 years of age. Problems and causes are way too many to list, but one sure-shot solution that all of us can actually work out is awareness. Parents, well-wishers can only figure out that their child has a problem when they are aware about its symptoms. Awareness is all we have across the entire demographic of our population.
Illicit trafficking is when someone tries to drug traffic stolen goods or drugs itself, even though it is illegal to do so. The major causes of illicit trafficking or drug trafficking can be firstly the drugs itself. The selling of drugs is a major cause of drug trafficking. Then comes corruption and easy power and money. So guys, please stay out of it, make your life worth it, and make yourself safe the rest of the life. Thank you.
Don't be a slave to drugs. Don't let the chemicals be a master of your life.
ड्रग्स आज के टाइम की एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या है, बच्चों के लिए ही नहीं, बड़ों के लिए भी। कुछ लोग स्ट्रेस से दूर रहने के लिए ड्रग्स लेते हैं और कुछ लोग लाइफ को एंजॉय करने के लिए ड्रग्स लेते हैं, लेकिन क्या वो स्ट्रेस से दूर रहने के लिए मेडिटेशन नहीं कर सकते? क्या वो लाइफ को एंजॉय करने के लिए कोई एक्टिविटी नहीं ज्वाइन कर सकते? एक्सरसाइज भी तो कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ड्रग्स लेने से आपकी मानसिक स्थिति ही नहीं, शारीरिक स्थिति भी खराब हो जाती है। सो ऑलवेज से नो टू ड्रग्स।
दोस्तों, डेटा बताता है कि भारत में करीबन 18 लाख एडल्ट्स और 4.5 लाख चिल्ड्रन जो है ड्रग्स से सीवियरली इम्पैक्टेड हैं उसके यूज़ से। सो माई मैसेज फॉर यू ऑल इज़ कि काइंडली रिफ्रेन योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम यूजिंग एनी काइंड ऑफ ड्रग, एंड अगर आपको लगता है कि कोई सीवियरली इम्पैक्टेड है जिसको हेल्प की ज़रूरत है, तो प्लीज़ स्पीक अप, टेल योर पेन टू समवन हु कैन अंडरस्टैंड। अपने फ्रेंड से, अपने पेरेंट्स से बात कीजिए, और कुछ नहीं तो कोई काउंसलर ढूंढिए जिससे आप बात कर सकते हैं। बट प्लीज़ स्टॉप यूजिंग दैट, क्योंकि आपकी जान जो है किसी के लिए बहुत कीमती है, आपकी फैमिली के लिए, आपके पेरेंट्स के लिए। थैंक यू।
कुछ पल का नशा, सारी उम्र की सज़ा। मैं अपने युवाओं से कहना चाहूँगी कि नशा करना सेहत के लिए सही नहीं है। प्लीज़ आप नॉर्मल लाइफ में रहिए और नशा मुक्त जीवन बिताइए।
Drugs are like knife which kills your entire life. So let's make a difference. Don't get drug addiction.
मैं बस इतना ही कहूँगा कि ड्रग्स मत लिया करो, क्योंकि ड्रग्स अगर लेते हो या पब्लिक प्लेस में पकड़े जाते हो तो आपको रिगरस इम्प्रिजनमेंट हो सकती है 1 ईयर की, और अप टू 20,000 का आपको फाइन पे करना पड़ सकता है।
नशा करने वालों को सही समय पे सही सुझाव नहीं देना भी एक अपराध है। तो अपने आसपास वाले लोगों को नशे के द्वारा दुष्परिणाम बताएं।
大家好，这几天我们的年轻人很喜欢毒片和鸦片，这个对他们身体不好，所以一定不要毒品和鸦片。
But what does it mean, sir?
It means we are already aware about the consequences of the drugs, and our youth is indulgent to it. So we just have to have commitment against drugs, and I think we can have a better future.
Students, a number of symptoms you can see those who are having the drug addiction: poor performance, loss of motivation, and spending excessive amount of money on the substances. And these drug addiction can affect your brain, these lung diseases and problem related with memory. So my message to the young generation is to stop drugs entering from your home, get high on life. Thank you.
Being high is pleasure, but living life without drugs is a next level fun. So be high on your goals, not on drugs.
Drugs are not hearing aid. You are also hurt even without it. So say no to drugs, stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit. Thank you.
यह नशा उसकी विरुद्ध दिशा, और नशा हमारे जीवन के लिए बहुत हानिकारक है।
Drugs are not pleasurable if it meant to ruin your life. Drugs are easy to quit, so quit it, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
Drugs are not a hearing aid. You are hurt even without it. Drugs are waste of time. They destroy your money, they destroy your memory, they destroy your self-respect, and that everything goes along with a self-esteem. So stay safe, stay healthy.
I just realize that drugs put the word less next to hope, and you are a hope to many. So be responsible and do not let the people around you hopeless or helpless.
जैसे हमें अपने घर की सफाई करते हैं, वैसे ही हमें अपने देश की सफाई करनी चाहिए और उसे नशा मुक्त बनाना है।
The drug addict does not care about what is important in life: family, friends, career, relationship. So friends, the less you drug, the more you live.
Drug doesn't make you cool, it makes you loser. The more that you do drugs, the less you live. Drug can ruin your life. Your life is way too precious to be lost to drug abuse.
जन जन का सही संदेश, नशा मुक्त हो मेरा देश। छोड़ो ही नशा और शराब, ना करो जीवन खराब।
When given a choice, choose life over drugs. Your future self will thank you for saving yourself from the trauma. Drugs will drag you down. Be proud of yourself and say no to drugs.
Any drug can be used successfully no matter how bad its reputation, and any drug can be abused no matter how accepted it is. There are no good or bad drugs. There are only good or bad relationships with drugs. When you can change it, you don't want to change it. But when you want to change it, you can't change it because it has been your addiction that should not be adopted at all.
नशे को बुलावा सीधा अपने मौत को बुलावा।
The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is celebrated on June 26 every year. When you can stop, you don't want to, and when you want to stop, you can't. That's addiction. Drug abuse is the use of certain chemicals for the purpose of creating pleasurable effects on mind. The more you use drugs, the less you live lives.
Told you drugs is fun, lives a miserable life already. So don't believe in these myths. Stay healthy, stay safe,
and be organic. All the best.
Only a loser can be a drug user. Learn to say no. No means no. It doesn't just affect your life, it affects everybody's life who loves you and care about you. Be smart, don't start. Thank you.
Drugs are like knife which kills your entire life. So say no to drugs and say yes to life. Thank you.
According to the 2018 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, 20.3 million of the people aged 12 or older dealt with the use of substance use of drug abuse disorder. Drug addiction is a chronic relapsing disorder. One of the ways to eradicate this problem is by educating the children regarding the danger of the drug. Say yes to life, say no to drugs.